You've obviously been around for quite a while. You've seen the evolution of the soundscape, right?
Yeah.
And how Afrobeat hasn't necessarily sounded the same throughout the entire time it's been around.
Mm.
Who are some of the artists in today's era or today's soundscape that you listen to and are constantly inspired by, right? Like, or you want to essentially, it gives you that ginger to want to get in the booth and just and be able to share your own gift as well, share your interpretation of it. Because I know a lot of this new material had like moments from throwbacks, right? You had a lot of samples, but I'm really curious as to what your ear is saying right now for like the space where Afrobeat is today. So who are some of the artists that you're listening to in the recent that have come out in recent times that really
For,
ginger you?
for Afrobeat scene,
Yeah. Yeah.
man. Mm, well, there's a lot of them, man. But you know when you like put in the spot and you just some names that you forget. So, man. But for now, the ones that are obviously always ringing right in my face is like the Remas, the Ira Stars, the O'Malley's, the Fireboy, the who else? The King Madi, the Fave.
All right,
The
fave.
there's a lot of amazing people, amazing ones that I can't even remember now. But everybody's doing really really amazing.
For
There's
sure.
some songs. Sometimes I listen to some songs. I'm like, I'll be like, damn, this person is so young and they thought about this, man. This is incredible. And I'll
Mad.
be like, oh wow, we used to be this young too, and we used to think about crazy stuff too. But
Mad.
yeah, so but hearing the sound like evolve every time with every new artist, is really really amazing, and just keeps us on our toes, and makes me want to make better music because
Nice.
I truly I'm very passionate about music. Like I don't music is like really something that I'm passionate about. So I listen to music, all kinds of music, as a matter of fact, and I love to like experiment and make other people's kind of music or fuse it with my own kind of music. So
Nice.
there's a lot of amazing artists that are doing really great stuff. Yeah.
Nice. It's nice to know that,
Mm,
man. And just to round up, because I know we've definitely had a lot of time with you, but I want
mm,
to open the floor to some questions for
mm.
the for listeners in the space. But before I do that, I wanted to know, like, what would you consider some of the, like, rather mental or professional habits that have helped sustain your career long term, because it's not easy to do what you're doing for that long, right? So what are some of the habits that you kind of have, or the principles that you kind of uphold, that still keep you grounded, still keep you around, and still wanted to put out music?
Yeah, man. To be honest, most importantly is passion, man. Like I said, like I said before, passion is what keeps me going in this game, wanting to do this more and more, because there's plenty of reasons for me to say, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
But like, I'm really just passionate about music. Like, I don't think I'll ever stop making music. I keep telling people, you know.
Mad.
But I'll just tell every artist to just um be more consistent, man. Just be more consistent. You just write more and be open minded. Be a free thinker. You just always want to learn. Most importantly, you have to know that
Gotcha.
you don't know it all, so you have to learn every time. And always be adaptive. When I say adaptive, like just be uh, observe your surroundings. When I say observe your surroundings, as in know what's new, the new
Mm-hmm.
trends, and that's how you just stay in vogue, and or you can create more better new stuff that's not out there too.
Nice, man. And it's so beautiful to be a witness to all this, man. Like, I've been following
Yeah.
your music from early on and noticing where it is right now, and the consistency yet again, man. I still want to big you up on that. And obviously you've had very like you've had life happen to you, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's been the moments with the accidents in 2011. There's been obviously losing your mom, and like there's so many been roadblocks, and you've kind of risen above that. And More power to you, my bro. More power to you.
Thank you, bro.
And now you're posting videos with your daughter as well. Fatherhood is in the picture as well. Like,
Yeah.
come on, and how's that even informed your music, or how has that like changed how you approach your music in terms of like fatherhood in recent times?
Man, just it just makes me more focused, more like to know that responsible for other people.
Right.
Just makes me want to also watch what I do, because I know I'm an example now.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I do things that are like, oh my God, I'm proud of my dad, or can inspire my kids
Yeah.
to be better human beings or to impact in the world,
It's
in
amazing.
such a way that they create legacies for themselves too. So
Nice.
yeah, that's
Nice,
what
man.
it's
That's awesome,
turned
man.
me into.
That's amazing, bro.
Mhm.
I know Belema wanted to say hi. Belema, what's good?
Hello, Skales. I didn't want to
Hi.
say hi. Hi. I wanted to say hi
Of
because
course,
I
of
actually have
course. You want to say
questions.
hi?
Yeah,
I'd have
no, I
questions.
actually have questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not here for hi. Hi is for elder people. Welcome to the space. Happy Monday. Thank you for coming to join us, and thank you
Appreciate.
for your album, Martina's song.
Thank
I
you.
had a few questions for you, both about the album and about just music in general. I know
Mm,
Manuel touched about a few things earlier, but one
mm,
of the questions that I had for you, first of all, is I know that as somebody that has been making music for a very long time, you've been making music since I was still in secondary school, and that's how
mm.
long ago that was. And so it's
Yeah.
like over the span of 10, 15 years, 20 years,
Mm,
like you've been able to do so much. And like
mm,
Emmanuel said, life has life. And it's
mm.
very easy to look at the way people make music now and think, oh, things are better. But is there anything that you miss about the way you used to make music before?
To be honest, man, I feel like life just got more simpler because back then the way we used to make music was harder, man. Right now you don't need to have studios. You don't have to pay for studio sessions. You can just buy studio equipment and just record anywhere on the
Yeah,
move. Anyhow,
yeah.
so life just got better. That's like the now is even now is the best time to make music because you can just stay and just make as much music as you want in whatever way, in your comfort zone, and what I mean, however you want it. So I feel like making music now is better than before.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I would say that that's very interesting. What would you say is something that you have seen newer artists do that you've picked up on and you're like, I definitely want to try this?
Man, it's a lot, man. But everyone, the recent one is just social media, that's how, like, we've been able to I would say that that's the newest form of, pushing your music faster and getting it recognized globally too. So yeah, I've been working on that too. I mean, I don't I see myself as like a new artist too, man. So yeah, we've been working on that too. That part of music, yeah.
And you've been doing it great because that's how we ended up with you in all the football conversations. Nobody could
Yeah,
escape your name, so that's
I appreciate it.
exciting. Yeah. About the album, I actually had specific questions about the album. Two
Mm,
things that stood out, and you touched on this earlier as well, was you had quite a number of featured artists on the
mm,
album, and you had um, actually quite a number of samples on the album as well.
yeah.
And my first question was with the samples, like from Colomental to
Mm,
Tokai Mole to the
yeah.
Beninois sample that you were talking about earlier, like
Mm.
what informed your decision to pick those specific songs?
Um, Most of them were vibes, man. I either just have like an inspiration, and I just be like, I tell the producer, um, "Hey, man, can you hear me? Jesus.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we can
we can
definitely
still
hear you.
hear
Okay,
you. We
sorry,
can
man.
still hear
I'm trying to find my charger. So, okay. Yeah. So, most times is I just hear stuff and I just send it to the producer, like, hey, can you help me sample this? And I give them ideas. So they send me a lot of stuff. We keep sampling, sampling, sampling till I hear the perfect one. That's how most of the songs came about. But for Jogo, which had the Beninois sample, the idea came from Killer Tunes because I told him, hey man, I want something that has Makosa, Fuji, and everything infused. So, and we were trying to achieve like a fusion of different sounds, and that's how that one came about. So he told me about, I think the Beninois sample was a TikTok sound that time that was trending or about to set off, but it didn't really set off like that. So sorry, I just came down the stairs.
No,
He
you
told
needed
me,
to. You needed
Now,
to.
now we can tell, but you
yeah,
can catch it, bro.
my stomach is full, man. I just had so much food. I just had
Nah,
so much food, man, and I had to
No,
walk
you're
up
good.
and down.
you're good,
You're
Yeah.
man.
good. You're good.
You're
So
good.
Um,
yeah, he sampled it and sent it to me, and I was blown away because I was like having the time of my life in Dubai at that time. So I
Jeez.
ran to the studio immediately that night,
Come on.
and I went to record the song. And when I recorded it, I just sent the song to him, and I never bothered about it again because I thought I was just, because sometimes I get excited and I record songs and later on I'll be like, I don't like it, man. Anyways, days later he sent it back to me because he touched it up. He was like, bro, this is a banger, man. And that's how, I remember releasing Jogo. And Jogo also was when the remix, when this artist from Congo heard about it, Speed, he was like, man, let's do a song together. I was like, yeah, there's a song I've always imagined your voice on. So I sent it to him and we made that. So samples for me also for the album were also inspired by like songs that me and my mom used to jam to.
Oh,
So that's why I was
the
like,
color
yeah,
mental
makes
jump
sense.
out for me.
yeah,
Mental
with
too,
me and her used to
yeah.
jam because my mom used to, my mom, sorry, it's my mom. My mom used to sell like CDs and cassettes. So like of course I used to
Wow.
jam to all the songs like
The Yinka Ayefele
yeah.
record
So
too, the time
yeah,
one.
Inka Ifele
Okay.
that time.
Yeah.
So
I used to know how to sing side A, side B of cassettes.
Bro.
no side A, side B. So that specifically the Tata Mole song. I
Mm,
had so many imaginations of where that song was going, and that
yeah.
was not where I thought that song was going.
Yeah, it went to like some
Where was it
Brazilian.
going?
It went to like some Brazilian funk type bounce.
It went very different than I
Yeah.
expected it to go, and
Oh.
I was very curious about like why that, like from King Vinci to you. It was very fascinating because I was like, I had an idea. I was like, okay, I know what Tokai Male sounds like, so
Mm,
maybe this is gonna sound the same, but it did not sound anything like that. Like it had the moments there, but it was just like I love how you guys twisted that, and that was really exciting.
I
Another
appreciate it.
favorite, another favorite feature was like obviously everybody loves Glory, so the one with
Mm,
Fave. But my personal favorite and one that I was specifically gonna ask about is Busy with
busy.
SME, and
Yeah.
I was gonna ask like how did that relationship come about for you and SME to work together on that song?
Yeah, man, I have to big up one of my guys. His name is Sammy Lee. I think he kind of like handles some of their management, SNE's management in Nigeria when they're around. So
Nice.
he just hit me up, and we've been trying to link up for some time, for like months. We've been trying to get into the studio. So every time we get into the studio, I always used to get tired because really hate recording at night. So I used to always dodge them and say, man, I'm sick. I'm gonna sleep.
Is that life now? I mean?
So yeah, but that day I was in such a good mood. So I was like, man, let's make music. So they came to my house,
Nice.
and we were just playing beats and we are just vibing, and this one just came about. Then we were just really telling each other stories, and he was telling me about his story of how he had the hit song. I can't remember what the name of the song. There's the Shwala Bam. So
Yeah.
so he was just talking about how his life changed, how he's just busy to so many, like, of course, his
Yeah,
friends turned
because
enemies.
that's actually how I came across him initially was the
Yeah,
Shalabam
Stralabang for sure.
remix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, talking about how his life changed. So I was like, man, all these things they're saying, we have this nice beat that's playing over under our voices. Like, why don't we just say something about it? And we started vibing, and I just know how to arrange music. So he just said a lot of things. Then I was the one that arranged it again and we made a song, and it sounded as great as it sounds.
Yeah, that's exciting. I think people are going to have a lot of different questions, but I just loved the diversity and the kind of people you picked to feature on the
Mm,
Yeah,
album,
man.
from Joshua Baraka to Faith
yeah.
to King Vinci to SNE,
To
like
Tommy and Boluaji
yeah,
as
to Tommy
well.
and Boluaji. But
Yeah.
that one actually made
Canada,
sense
yeah,
because I was like,
Canada
Canadian
people,
connects.
Canada
Are you people from
connects.
Canada?
I mean,
Emmanuel
I'm based in Toronto, so these are my
Yeah.
people,
Oh yeah,
Tommy and
yeah,
Boluaji,
Emmanuel
yeah.
is
like,
a
Yeah,
Canada
those are
person.
my guys in Toronto, man. From
yeah,
Tommy
yeah,
to do you know Black Magic or to DJ Magic Flow? Those are
yeah,
my
yeah,
guys,
yeah,
So
mad,
it was how that song came about was I think I was on tour and my mom had died and like Tommy too was just about to lose her father because he was
yeah,
under like a machine and stuff. And he was
yeah,
also my friend, and I didn't even know that he was not feeling fine because he was like the sponsor of our tours at that time. And so when I lost my mom, I was just writing a lot of. I was just sad, man. I was writing these songs to everybody that I hated us at that time, and I was just writing sad songs. So this one just came about as one of those songs that I was just really just talking, and Tommy heard it, and before you know, we sat down, we made a song together.
mad.
It was such a sad day, but yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
that's
So
beautiful.
big up them, man. Big up
Yeah,
those are my
Big
man.
up them.
Yeah,
Toronto connects.
yeah.
Yeah,
Big ups
that
to
was
me,
the
man.
surprise for me. Yeah, when
Yeah.
I saw Tommy and then I saw Bolu and Jibadi, I was like, okay, Canada.